Hello everyone, welcome to an AMA session. I see some of you have already shared questions in the chat, so we'll start taking them one by one. Let's see. All right, someone has asked, I would like to be indie and sell something online. Okay. Um, so what is the question? Like, is it something? Um, is it about like you want to get into building SaaS, marketing SaaS? I just reply to the same message itself, don't type a new message. Like, is there something specific that you are looking for? Beginner SaaS startup pack. Like, do you want to build that and sell it? Like something like that? For other folks, please type as much details in your message itself. Otherwise, we have to get into this back and forth. It's okay if it is 5 lines, 10 lines, 15 lines message. I'll read it out. That's totally fine. But if you just write 1 line, 2 line, it becomes a bit hard to understand what you're looking for. Okay, I have not got a reply yet. I will come back to this question. Let's see the next one. I just says, considering growing AI domination, should one be a specialist or an expert in one domain, or be a generalist in multiple fields, but not an expert in one? Front end, back end, DevOps. All right. So, just for more context, can you just reply quickly your years of experience on the same message? Right side pay, you'll see a reply icon. Just reply your years of experience. 18 months. All right. So you're sort of pretty early in your career. Careers are 20, 30, 40 years long. So 18 months is like you just entered the industry. I would highly recommend becoming a specialist in one domain because generalist to bhi AI hai. Like if you just want to get some small scale thing, small issues get resolved either in front end or back end or DevOps. Surface level things though, AI can also help you too. What that means is if you are entering or if you're already in the job market, and from that perspective, if you focus your energies to just become a generalist in everything and not an expert in anyone, that sort of makes life a bit difficult in terms of the job market, because then you're not really providing any extra value on top of the current AI tools. My personal suggestion, like if I were you, that's how I answer most of the questions. If I were you, I would pick one domain and be a specialist, be a full expert, be a master in that one domain, whether it's front end, whether it's back end, whether it's DevOps. Maybe you want to try mobile development, whatever you like, whatever you end up liking, pick that one, just go really deep into it. Once you have done that, at least you can get a job anytime in that particular field, because AI will really take some time to be able to compete with someone who has depth. And the day it does that, then there's a whole different discussion on everyone's hands. Like that world is going to look pretty different, but it's not going to happen anytime soon. Like if you are following the news, most of the models have reached their saturation level. Most of the companies are losing money on their current models, which means they are going to increase the AI prices as well. And so if we have reached almost the um, the advancement level of which it can go, what that means is कि general knowledge तो अब AI can complement you. If I want some surface level knowledge in any of the domains, I can get a $10, $20 per month subscription, get that help. So from that perspective, become a specialist or an expert in one domain at least. I'm not saying तीनों domain में specialist हो जाओ, एक में हो जाओ at least. After that, you can explore, be a journalist in other fields, but don't be like a jack of all trades and a master of none. At least be a master of one, and then whatever you want to do explore, uh, you can do that. Okay. How? Okay, I think uh, someone has replied there. I'm not getting ideas. I need some hello world like examples to get into SaaS market. Um, what is a hello world like example? Like, do you want to sell a SaaS template, or do you want to sell like build a SaaS product and um, like sell that? What is the thing that you're leaning towards? Just one word answer. Template, yeah, product. Quickly. Product. All right. So if you're just starting out, again, if I were you, if I am exploring going indie and building something online, I would not look for new product ideas, because new product ideas के लिए I need another skill of product manager, which as a developer most likely you don't have it. Like, and if I were you, then I also don't have it at that particular time. Like, if you're early in your career as a developer, most likely you won't have product manager skill set, which means getting new ideas for SaaS products is going to be really, really, really difficult for you. And it might just feel like nahi nahi bana lenge ho jayega, but it's going to be very, very hard. It's like a lottery if you end up finding something like that. A better way to go about that, to just get into this indie side project SaaS thing, would be make a list of apps that are already out there, and then you just try to make a clone of it with your own spin. Let's say Calendly is there, right, for scheduling meetings. Maybe you build out a alternative to that, and if you see Calendly sort of charges a lot, maybe you can undercut them on price. You don't need to have, not everyone who uses Calendly needs the 100 features it provides. If I, as a person, if I just want, uh, let's say, cup the two, three most common features, I'm happy to, like, I would love to pay a much, much lesser price and, use someone else's product. So pick something that is already there, is already making money, make a clone of it, put your own spin, just keep it to a bare minimum features. You can undercut it on price and see how that product fares. How do you like building it? Like, go through that entire journey life cycle of building the product, marketing the product, and then you'll realize कि क्या क्या challenges आते हैं. Once you know these challenges, it becomes very easier in future to build out and, make money via this route. It's unlikely that first time pay you'll make a lot of money, but if you remain at it for 10 times, 20 times, eventually you would find something good. Like, if you're just looking for ideas, I can give you an idea, but then problem with new ideas is you have to explain to the other person, and like, that becomes a sales marketing uh, product job, versus as a developer you want to double down on your dev skills. Let me give you an idea. The idea is a meeting defragmenter. Let me expand on that. Let's say I have a open calendar. Let's say I have a Calendly link, uh, and I have open slots from, let's say, 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. ठीक है, ये मेरा ओपन स्लॉट्स मैंने डाले हैं कैलेंडर पे। तो 6 स्लॉट्स है, 30 मिनट्स ईच। 12 to 12:30, 1 to 1:30, सॉरी 12:30 to 1, 1 to 1:30, 1:30 to 2 to 3:30, 3 to 2:30 to 3। ठीक है। तो अभी क्या होता है, anyone who comes, they see those six slots, someone books one, then next time someone else comes on it, they see the 5 slots, then they book one, etc. What can happen in this case is I might have meetings which are staggered. Let's say I have something in the morning, something in the afternoon, something in the evening, right? Ideally, I would want that those meetings are as close as possible, so that I'll just take all the meetings in one go, and then I can do deep work in the other time zone. Like, even if you see, like, the two meetings right now I had, they were back to back, right? Because I'm like, okay, I'm already in the meeting flow. Let me take this AMA session right now only because I'm already in the flow. If I put 1 hour, 2 hour difference between them, anyway, like, I'll not be able to do anything between them. So one idea would be, first person whoever comes, allow them to select anything. Let's say they select 12:30 to 1 p.m. ka time slot. Now the next person who comes, instead of showing all the remaining five, you only show the time slots which are adjacent to my current time. So you only show 12 to 12:30 and 1 to 1:30. Like, does that make sense? Like, you don't show all five, you just show uh, the adjacent ones, and then you can have another button which says I'm not available at any of these. If someone clicks that, then you can show other ones. What it will help do is, like, not have a cluttered calendar. Like, this could be a uh, good SaaS product. So if you want ideas, like, ideas are everywhere. I just want to understand, like, does this idea make sense? Yes, no. uh, just want to understand if I should explore more. Okay, yeah, good idea. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, ideas is the easier part. Educating the user की problem है, इसको ऐसे solve कर सकते हैं, that is the hard part. That requires, like I said, marketing, sales, product skills. Most likely it would be underdeveloped at your current level, so with time you will develop uh, them. So if I were you, I would pick an already existing product, make a clone of it, put a spin, less features or less price or whatever, try to sell that. If you really want to go with a new idea, you can try that. All right, let's move to the next question. How can I explore opportunities? I'm hunting job. I see others are joining this company, that company. At that time, I feel, why was I not aware of this opportunity? How can I prepare for interviews? Like, sometime it happens. I worked for some project or tech stack, but when I was in interview, some question is asked to me. I haven't heard that topic in my entire career. Okay, what is the solution to this? Can you just quickly reply to the message, like some questions that you were asked which you haven't heard those topics? Just want to understand key, uh, like, what was the level of that interview. Yeah, just reply to the same message what questions were asked. Meanwhile, we'll go to the next question. Hi Swapnil, I have created full stack blog application which took 2 months to build, which consists Notion like rich editor. Wow. And other features as well. I'm looking for a full stack dev job. Can you share some tips? I have been interning for 6 months. Uh, can you just share your link? Just reply to this message, share the link as well. It will be my first job, to be honest. Or should I only focus on front end, then switch to full stack? Tech I know is Mern and Postgres. So if you already know Mern and Postgres, like why you want to focus on front end? Like, just, yeah, uh, focus on full stack only, then uh, yeah, just send a reply link in the message. Want to see your app? All right, we have a long message. I am a SD in a German based document management company. It works on Golang in backend, Angular on front end. I hear a lot of hype for agentic AI. So all I got to know uh, is from YouTube and LinkedIn. Since I don't attend any meetups, I don't have friends who are into tech. I don't know what's going on. What's your opinion? Is it possible to jump? If yes, will I be considered fresher? Okay. One more question. I have started a new I have started a consulting for overseas education. Would like to build some apps for application tracking. Is it possible for me to alone build the app in a month, or it's better to use available apps? I would say use available apps. Don't build your own, because if you're consulting, if someone else is giving you the requirements, then it's very likely that the requirements will change very very quickly. So तुम पूरा एफर्ट लगाओगे बनाने में, देन दे विल कम विद सम अदर रिक्वायरमेंट, देन तुम्हारा फिर वापस टाइम जाएगा. तो बेटर टू यूज अवेलेबल एप्स. कमिंग टू द फर्स्ट वन, you were asking, will I be considered fresher, or will my SD experience will be considered? Just reply like, what, how much experience do you have? Okay. Okay, 2 point something. um See, you're pretty early in your career, right? Matlab, for you, you don't need to think about itna sara ki, will I be considered fresher, will I be considered, can I jump into it? In your stage, you can do anything really. You're very early into your career, you can jump into anything. Even if you are considered fresher, it does not matter. Careers are 30 years long. You're not going to ऐसा कि भाई 5 years later you'll just like not do any work. If you are in the tech industry, you're going to do something or the other for the next 30 years. So like these questions like don't really matter ki will I be considered fresher or not. Even if you keep changing things in the first 3 4 5 years of your career, that's fine. It's just better to figure out what you really like, because no one can compete with you if you like what you're doing. That is something, like I think I've mentioned it maybe one more time in one of the sessions. If you like explore a bunch of things, if you want to explore AI in depth, that's fine. You want to explore Golang, you want to explore Angular, which you're already doing, anything is fine. Pick one thing, go deep into it. And it does not, like other things don't matter. Like you mentioned ki uh, you're not super aware of what's happening because you're not attending meetups or you don't have a lot of friends. That's fine, as long as you're going in depth in one particular thing, right? I'm just saying one. You mentioned गोलैंग तुम्हें आता है, उसमें डेप्थ में चले जाओ, एंगुलर में चले जाओ, एआई में चले जाओ. Like pick one thing, go in depth, and that's it. All everything is transferable. तुम backend में जाओगे, pretty much you can, even if some other language comes tomorrow, you'll be able to pick it up pretty quickly. Same for front end, same for everything really. The best part about tech is everything is transferable. It's not like it's a very um, thinking job. Like even if I'm not sure if you were there in the previous एक घंटे पहले जो हम सेशन था, मैं आई एम नॉट श्योर इफ यू वर देयर और नॉट, बट If you were there, then you would see that it's just about thinking. It's not really tied to any particular technology. It's all about how well can you think, how in depth can you think about things. Do you step at level one? Do you like peel the layers of the onion? Do you go into level two? Do you go into level three? If you develop this skill, it will help you in any domain you go in tech. So to answer your questions, if you want to explore AI, go there. Whether you will be considered fresher or your 2 year experience is counted, it does not really matter. You're very early in your career. 2 years experience is pretty much early. You are in the exploring stage. So do whatever you like. That is more important. Like figure out what you like more and then you go all in into that. All right. Someone says how to navigate from software engineer to more of management oriented, like a TPM product role. I feel like instead of problem solving, I'm just trying to replicate things I've learned in past. Lately, uh, ChatGPT is also going on achieve things even earlier. Yeah. All right. All right. So how to navigate? Uh, just share more context. Uh, you mentioned software engineer. Like what is the exact tech you work with? Are you front end, back end, full stack, mobile, something else? And how much years of experience do you have? Full stack, 5 years. All right, cool. So the best way for you to navigate this is sit with your current TPM, sit with your current product manager. Whatever the next feature is going to come, ask him or her to just give you a small brief about what is to be done. And instead of them writing the PRD, you write the first version, first draft of that PRD. Like that will start sort of helping you think about how to think of all the edge cases, how to think about communication to stakeholders, all of those things. Because product manager may, it's not just the implementation; it's about the entire life cycle of the project. So, uh, write that first draft, get it reviewed by the uh, uh, your current TPM or your product manager, and then let them continue finalizing it. Then you see the difference from what you wrote and what was the final version of their output. And this feedback loop, when you close that, this will help you work on your gaps. And if you repeat this a bunch of times, like I'm not saying you will be able to like switch it in 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It's not something like that. It will take you like a lot of months. Maybe it will take you 1 year, maybe even more as well. Managing like product manager is not a easy job at all. बाहर से बहुत आसान दिखता है कि भाई क्या ही कर रहे हैं ये, आके बस पूछते रहते हैं कितना हुआ, कितना बाकी है, क्या ब्लॉकर है, बिकॉज वी ओनली हैव that limited visibility of theirs, but they do a lot more thinking, planning, execution. So yeah, how to navigate? Sit with your current PM and ask to help in whenever, wherever, whatever task um, you can. Like make it clear to them ki hey, you want to learn, you want to make this transition. If possible, try to even write PRDs, the first version at least, and then get feedback. That is how you'll improve. Like ऐसा books पढ़ के it's very hard to do that. It like tech you can learn by reading, tech you can learn by building projects. PM is something you can only learn by practice, so no shortcuts. You have to sort of take help from your current PMs, either in your company or your friends. All right, let's move to the next one. What is your take on AI engineer role? I saw yesterday in a news article it is in demand. Folks who can transition, a full stack data scientist. So see, all of us are AI engineers now, right? If you are a developer in any, even if you're a developer or a PM or um, anything else really, even if you're a content writer, everyone is using AI now. So yeah, I think uh, AI, AI is almost like a commodity which everyone is using. So the core is still your skills. You need to have depth to be able to understand, and then AI can help you get there faster. Because at the end of the day, AI is not an expert. AI is not a reliable expert. What I mean by reliable expert is it will give you things in depth, it will give you very confidently. ठीक है, मतलब तुम पढ़ोगे तुम्हें लगेगा कि क्या सही बोल रहा है, इस क्या सही लिखा है, सही होगा. बट देन देर इज नो गारंटी अबाउट इट. हो सकता है कि 10 में से एक बार इट जस्ट सेज द रॉन्ग थिंग. बट अगर तुम्हें पता ही नहीं है कि सही क्या गलत क्या है, then you're not able to use it effectively. And then if you do that mistake in your production code and then something goes down, then it comes on you. So keep doing what you're doing, build depth in your particular domain, and AI will sort of enable you to move faster. It's almost like uh, coal से जो energy मिलती है which helps us move faster into, like, steam engine जैसे बना था, it harness that energy. It's a similar kind of energy. Like, we have electricity in our homes, we have tamed the energy to be able to turn on AC, turn on something, do something for us quickly, like microwave, right? Using electricity, we can turn on microwave and it can heat a frozen food item in 30 seconds flat. So what have we done? We have accelerated some process. So same goes for AI. We need to know kya karna hai. Once we know, AI will help us accelerate it. So AI cannot be at the core of it. Your core is still your particular domain, and then you'll be an AI enabled full stack developer, AI enabled data scientist, AI enabled anything else. If the core is AI, the problem with that is it can just like not exist sometime later, because it is very fast changing, versus other roles like full stack hai, data scientist hai, all of these roles, like these roles have certain business value attached to it, right? For someone like data scientist, data analyst, their goal is, their job description is analyze the user data to find out analytics, find out trends, find out patterns. तो ये रोल तो रहेगा ही. Same for a, let's say, full stack developer. You need to build an interface which your users can use. तो ये तो रहेगा ही. But like AI engineer, there's not a problem statement to that. It is just like a hype thing. Uh, at the end, it will be like domain में ही you will have your AI integrations in place. All right. With 4 point, okay, someone else says with 4.5 years of experience in a non-IT field, all right, and a recent 4-month paid internship in React. Amazing. I'm eager to transition into the IT industry. I would say you've already transitioned, man. Based on this experience, how likely it is that companies would consider me for an IT role? Yeah, so companies would consider you, like think about this, right? There is a fresher who is right out of college and knows React, versus there's you who has worked for 4 years in IT. What that means is you know how the industry works, you know how to interact with your team members, कैसे सब करना है, you know how to work in a team, and you've also done a paid internship in React. So from a company perspective, like if I am hiring currently, then yeah, I would rather prefer you, because you are more mature. Of course, मतलब skills, given if दोनों के skills same है, if the fresh graduate has more skills, then of course that person would be preferred. But everything else, if they are on the same level, like I would actually prefer someone who has experience um in a non-IT field. That's fine, but someone has an experience. And you mentioned you've also done a paid internship. Yeah, nothing like it. When you say how likely is it companies would consider me, so not all companies will, for sure. If you go to like branded companies in the first go, most likely they will not, because they get thousands of applications. So most likely they will filter you out. But there would be enough companies that would be willing to have you. Yeah. How to go in depth of a technology, say front end, like understanding how optimizations are done within it, how to optimize the build process, how to reduce the bundle, what path you will follow. Okay, so like take any project you have built, and then try to do optimizations on it. Like see what is the loading time, capture it, profile it, see. Uh, there's something called developer tools. Uh, I think we talked about that in one of our sessions. Let me quickly see. Yeah, like I think if you go to our YouTube channel, you might find something on on developer tools. So use that. There's an option called profiling there, so it will help you understand what particular parts are taking more time to load. Once you know कहाँ ज़्यादा time लग रहा है, then it becomes easy to sort of pinpoint and debug it. Very hard to sort of learn theoretically. Better to keep, like, take a project and then try optimizing things one by one. Try see how if you can reduce the loading time. Um, try looking for other things like how how accessible it is, how like that. Like I think accessibility is again a very overlooked topic while while going while doing front end, which is if a screen reader goes through your app, what does it see? So there's a lot of depth to cover there as well. So like just pick one topic. CSS is endless. Pick one topic. Let's say just pick CSS. See how much uh, you can do cool animations using CSS. See कैसे होते हैं. How does that affect performance of your app? So yeah, I think bunch of things to do there. You're going to show all time slots in button click. Okay, I think it relates to that previous thing. Yeah, you can maybe not show all time slots, up to you. Advanced clustering, zero runtime reloads. All right. I have not deployed the app yet. तो क्यों नहीं किया? See, this is something I'll just say. So this was a question someone had put in 30 minutes back. I have created a full stack blog application which took me 2 months to build. It is a Notion like editor, right? What I asked, hey, send me the link. The reply is, I have not deployed the app yet, but if you want to see the application working, I will deploy it and I will send that to you and we can discuss. So, see, from a recruiter perspective, let's say if I'm the recruiter and if you're telling me this, then I'll not wait for you, right? I'll just move to the next person. HRs get like hundreds, thousands of applications. तो when you say कि मैंने ये किया है, it's very hard to sort of uh, believe that. It's always better to like show, not tell. If you tell कि मुझे मैंने ये बनाया है, it's very hard to verify, versus you send me a link, it's very easy for me to see ki where you stand, how much complexity you can handle, and then we can discuss, right? But like I would say this is not a good way to handle, or like ask कि hey, I have not deployed, but पहले you say कि भाई uh, इतना इतना मैंने बहुत अच्छा ऐप बना दिया है. If I'm asking you for the link, I have not deployed the app yet. Like that's a very uh, like I would say it's a missed opportunity. No worries. All right, let's move to the next question. Um, this I've answered. I would like to hear on Monstack future. Few folks say there is scope. It will not end soon. But how should a 3 year experienced think about moving it forward? I'm interested in project management also. What should I do? I'm looking for a switch in one stack, but what should be my next switch strategy? Can I get into project management? How many years of needed? How many years of experience is needed for that kind of role? I need to be around good PMs first. All right. So yeah, I think you've asked and you've answered the questions as well. Um, to answer the question, I think the last one, how many years of experience is needed to get into project management? You don't need any experience. You can get it right from college as well. If you have 1 year experience, you can get into as well. For you, you have 3 years experience, you can get it as well. So no worries there. Uh, what I would rather have you focus on in is when you say interested in project management, try it out and see how it looks like. How to try it out is get like maybe find someone, maybe a friend who is looking to build some sort of like a side project, and then in that side project you just do the management. You don't write a single line of code, you just do management. Your friend will do all the development and see how it makes you feel. It's very likely that you might not end up liking management, because like uh, up to you, like you might like it, you might not like it, but always good to explore. You mentioned the answer as well. You need to be around good PMs first. So it's okay. Let's go line by line. One stack future, it it will be there even if the languages change. The full stack thing is going to be there, because you're handling backend as well as front end. Even if AI automates one thing very nicely, be it front end, be it back end, you still have expertise in one more thing. Like compared to a front end or a back end dev, if you're saying you're full stack, pretty much you have two aces up your sleeve. You can do two job descriptions worth of work. And if, like I said, if AI is able to uh, automate a full stack developer job entirely, then we have a much bigger problem on our hands, which is like a longer conversation. But if you have been following the developments, and you can do that right after this call as well, you'll see at most of the uh, leading forefronts is that we have hit the limits, and this is it. Of course, this is also very good. Like nothing bad in what we have. I think it's super awesome compared to like uh actually GPT got popular from the chat GPT interface. The developments have been there like years back. It's not like a 2 year back thing. 3 years back also there was some version of it. 4 years back also there was some version of it. उससे पहले भी like 3 से पहले there was GPT-2 and a bunch of versions there. It's just that it did not get mainstream popularity. It just got it mainstream by the chat interface, which was launched by OpenAI, and that is how everyone adopted it, and the development got accelerated. Everyone jumped to it. बट पहले भी था, उससे पहले भी डिफरेंट वर्जन्स थे एंड डेवलपमेंट हो रहा था. The last couple of years, the development had accelerated, so we saw a bunch of jumps, leaps, and काफ़ी fear as well in a lot of people कि अरे क्या होगा इसी पेस से बढ़ता रहा तो what will happen. But as of now, we are pretty much near, we have hit the limit. Every computation has a limit. We have hit that limit. AI is not sentient. There is no, that Skynet Terminator wala thing happening. There's no sentience. It's a next word predictor. It is fully mathematical, probability based. It's just a model. So it's not going to like go a lot. And if you see, the discussions have been shifted from AI taking dev jobs to AI enabling developers to take jobs of everyone else, actually. Uh, so, yeah, I don't think developers are going anywhere else. Developers are too smart to be able to, for someone to get us into obsolescence. So, yeah, we are here for the long term. And the only thing to sort of focus on is building depth, like I have been repeating it in most of my sessions. Be it front end, be it back end, be it full stack, be it mobile, be it product, be it marketing, be it sales, be it design. Pick any random thing, find if you like it or not. If you like it, just build depth in that. As long as you have depth in that skill, you will be irreplaceable. All right, so I would like to hear about stack future. You discussed earlier. Uh, how should a 3 year experience think about moving it forward? Um, Unit test and PM. So yeah, find a company who has um, a lot of product managers so that you can be around them. And how do you think about it? I think you sort of do the same thing as you have been always doing, which is you put your head down, you get to work, and uh, that is the tech industry we are in. It is sort of there is money in it for a reason. Everyone, like, some people might agree with it, some people might not, but uh, I fully believe that there's always going to be competition for the top people in tech. And uh, so you can sort of decide your goals, how you want to be in tech, how you want to grow. So it's like don't uh, lose sleep, don't sacrifice your physical health or mental health because of this. But overall, thoda uh, something beyond work though. If you put in even 1 2 hours a week, like that is like the minimum I'm saying. Like 5 hours a week would be good. The more the better. 10 hours, 15 hours, 20 hours. ऐसा तो upper limit तो कोई है ही नहीं, as someone in the country also says कि 70 hours work week होना चाहिए. So, if you're doing 40 hours a week, you still have 30 hours left to put in learning new things. But yeah, keeping all that aside, um, as long as you are learning something interesting, exploring things, you're not getting stagnated, right? As long as um, you can say that, hey, 6 months back I was not able to do this, now I am able to do this. As long as you are learning, growing uh, every few months, you're good to go. Like, don't need to like think a lot. If the company is good, there's no toxicity, people are good, pay is decent, you can continue there. Every couple of years make a switch. Yeah, that's fine. You'll get to learn, explore new things, new domains, new people, new projects. So yeah, we'll explore more. All right, cool. I think we have covered um, every question, which is super awesome. Cool, folks. I think so. We'll wrap this here. If you get any question anytime in future, uh, feel free to ask uh, in any of our future sessions. Feel free to reply to uh, any of my emails, and um, just a minute. Yeah. So yeah, feel free to ask anything. If you have, maybe you can type right now as well. If you have attended the uh, last session, if you have a list of things that you want to cover in the upcoming weeks, it could be anything. It could be uh, something technical, it could be something non-technical also. Whatever you have in your mind, open questions, something that you would like a lot of examples, lot of like insights on, maybe you can just quickly type one line in the chat on what future sessions could be on, and yeah, I'll sort of just incorporate them um, in the upcoming schedule. Yeah, meanwhile, I'll end this recording so that we don't need that. Thank you for joining in on a Wednesday night, and yeah, have a good night.